Hello, everyone. Today, I'd like to talk about on the special lecture of regionology. My theme is dispatching information and globalizations in Miyazaki. Subtitle is Hyuga City became host town of Togo in Africa. A little bit introduce before starting talk lecture. My name is Yasuyuki Kanaoka. I'm a professor of Faculty of Regional Innovation, University of Miyazaki. At the same time, I'm a founder and chairman of Japan-Togo Friendship Association since 2011. And also, I was the chairman, president, Miyazaki Academy Rotary Club, founded 3 years ago at University of Miyazaki. And former research history since 2007 to 2021 now. I have experiences, research experiences for universities. First one, I was teaching as a lecturer at ILA, Institute for the Liberal Arts, Doshisha University in Kyoto. And second, I was a researcher of University of Tokyo medical field, medical institute. I studied about Seinen Kouken Seido, which is a unique in Japan system to protect the mainly old people, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, the person who don't have ability to judge. And the third university is called Kwansei Gakuin University in Hyogo Prefecture. I was associate professor and coordinator for the international internship program with Toronto University in Canada. And third, University of Miyazaki, Faculty of Regional Innovation professor. Okay, let's talk about today's lecture, number 14. I was asked to teach, talk about the solutions in practice for the regional problem, regional issues today. I have 30 minutes to 40 minutes share with the Professor Inoue and Associate Professor Tsuchiya. I studied about regional globalization since 2016, when I came to Miyazaki from Kansai region. My question, when I come to Miyazaki and also local cities, comparing with the urban cities, internationalization is a little bit behind. Also, the lack of dispatching information to the world, so-called issue of globalization in the local area. So I found several fields in Miyazaki to tackle about my theme, regional globalization. And I would like to introduce about several researches today. At first, as I mentioned before, our research main theme, our research main theme is local globalization. It means study about the activation of the local when the big impacts like global issue, global project had done. International relations makes lots of profitability to the region. First, accelerate the mutual understanding for the local people. And human resources of the global human resources for the local people. And second, attractiveness of the local and identify the local identity makes the local activations. So let's let me introduce my former researches in several regions in Miyazaki. This is the map for Miyazaki and city's name: Kadogawa, Miyazaki, Hyuga, Nichinan. First, I'd like to introduce the Nichinan in Nichinan city project, talking about inbound tourists. At that time, in 2016, of course, before COVID-19, lots of inbound tourists come to Miyazaki and Nichinan city by air and also cruise from mainly Taiwan, China, mainland China. That number expected increase rapidly in the future. So not only Japanese menu, Japanese maps, but the international maps in the menu for the inbound tourists will be required near future. So with the international students of the University of Miyazaki, tackle to make the maps and menus of the restaurants creation by the several languages, using several languages. Also, the tasty test from the different countries. We interview or enquete questionnaires from the inbound tourists from the different countries. After they eat mango and kamairi tea, which is one of the famous cuisines in Miyazaki. Each different country has different tasty, taste. So we'd like to find out what is the difference, what is the common. So with a colleague who comes from the food sector. Second research in Miyazaki City in 2016 and 2017. And at the beginning, first we did a fashion show with international students who are working, studying in our university. About 200 international students come to study University of Miyazaki from all over the world. So we asked them to cooperate in global events in Miyazaki Center of the city to do fashion show with walking with the red carpet with local children wearing the traditional costume from each country. So audience and international student and also students very enjoyed very much. In 2017, we were invited Charles Fair, ambassador of Togo Embassy in Tokyo, Mr. Sedamino, and to see the courtesy call to on president of University of Miyazaki, Dr. Ikinoue Suyam. And we did the international conference like sessions with the students who were studying in my laboratory in English. Also, he visited several cities, which is named Togo. Togo-cho in Nichinan and Togo-cho in Hyuga. Third research fields, Kadogawa-cho. Kadogawa town. For 2 years, 2017 to 2019. For 2 years, we made an agreement with university and Kadogawa-cho, MOU. And MOU's project, one of the project, I was selected to do this research. This research is the dispatching information of Kadogawa town, especially food, seafood, and also the scenery to the world. We made about 124 videos in 8 different languages by the international students from different countries. Like she is come from Switzerland. She speaks French, German, and also English, Japanese, some Japanese. Very friendly. And Anna has come from US. She is the local ALT, assistant language teacher. She's very kindly helped our project. And so we made lots of videos and dispatched videos through the 8 different SNS, social networking systems using, and we were quite successful and unique research. We made a report as well. If you're interested in only Japanese, please contact me. And another one, final one, is sugar. Still continue, even though 2021. It is the research for international cooperation, international exchange, and international cooperation, and also international education. First, 2017, Mayor Toya in Hyuga City, and Seda Minu from the Charge Affair from the Togo Embassy in Tokyo visited him and danced with local traditional dance, which is Hyotoko dancing, in the mayor rooms. I took videos and dispatched that videos, opened that videos through the YouTube. And one day, the government staff related to the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Paralympic Games office in Diet found that video and coming to see him. Why don't you be a host down? Because relationship between African countries are very rare in Japan. So please registrate the host down, Hyuga City and Togo, Republic of Togo. So finally, I can explain about this one. Finally, Hyuga City restored the host town for Togo in 2018 December. So after that, international exchange program made a lot. And also international corporations start after that. I just want to briefly introduce Togo in West Africa. In Togo, it's one of the small country located in West Africa, this area. Population about 7.88 million. And their language is, public language is French. And local language is Ewe. The features of the nations, national people is cheerful. They are called Smile of Africa. This is Togo, a little bit long, and capital city called Lomé faced Guinea port. And next country is Ghana. Togo is a very good country, but infrastructure is behind. Least developed countries. So, for example, road, electricity, and water supply, especially 35% of the total populations in Togo couldn't reach to the safe water. So, as the picture said, the children and the women have to travel to get water every day for 1 or 2 hours, and to get water from the pond. Unfortunately, this is very taste. The quality of the water is very bad, contaminated. But they drink this water after boiled and use for the food, cooking, but it's not good for their health. So we worried about that. So we are going to repair the well in the village, which is already broken. So I'll talk about later about international cooperation. Before that, I just will explain about our history with Hyuga and Togo. In 2017, July, I already mentioned before, Sedamenu Charge d'Affaires, ambassador of Togo embassy in Tokyo, visited Hyuga City and the other cities in Miyazaki. Of course, they called the president of our university. And December of 2018, as I mentioned before, Hyuga City restored Togo, Republic of Togo, host town of 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games, Olympic and Paralympic Games. Then we started lots of international exchange programs with Hyuga and Togo. And the government, Japanese government, Japan government invites the 3 representative Togolese from Togo, including athletes, the marathon candidate of the Olympic Games, and Togo Japan Friendship Association head, and performer for the dancing in djembe player. Djembe is the instrument of the West Africa, very famous. And another visitors to our university and the Hyuga, the former chair of the fair, Steve Bojana, visited Japan and visited Hyuga and Miyazaki as well. At that time, he's a special, let's say, he's a supporter, assistant of the president, Nyashimbe. President Nyashimbe, we could see him 20 minutes in TICAD 17, TICAD 7, which is African development meetings in Japan with Mayor Hyuga Mayor, Mr. Toya. Very honorably. And in Tokyo. Also, we had an exchange program with the Togo delegations in the Hyuga cities, Hyuga cities and children with the dance and music. We had a very good time. And finally, we had agreement for the 3 persons. One is Mr. Toya, come from Mayor, Hyuga Mayor, and Ambassador Charge d'Affaires Seramino from Togo Embassy, and I'm a representative, president of the International Japan-Togo Friendship Association. We had agreement. Agreement said some partially mutual development for that after the restoration of the Olympic Paralympic Games host town. We are going to move from exchange the culture to international cooperations, which means Hyuga City donates the make donations from their tax to Togo for that project, which is 3 purposes: international cooperation for education. One is a repairing well, Arte Cope, village, which is 1 hour and 20 minutes drive from Togo, Lome, which is the capital, to north west at Tekope. And second, corporations, same village, to making a two toilet. So because of the no toilets in the village. Third, donations for books written in French for elementary school and middle school and library in Togo. About 3,000 students can reach those books. This is pictures, articles on the Facebook, my Facebook, and this is repairing well. Though many people's involving to repair the well by hand. And finally, they got the water like this. And this is a construction of the two toilets. And they are carrying the blocks by women, see? And very human made. And finally, this is a sign constructed by French, so I don't read. Maybe financially donated Hyuga Miyazaki Academy Rotary to RI District 730, Japan Togo Friendship Association, and Kanaoka Rotary University of Miyazaki. Yeah, that's for toilets. And third, this is a project for donation of French books. Public language French, so they can access to the French book. Very important in the education sector in Togo. They are very happy. And finally, Japan government, the public magazine, June 2021, they showed our articles about international cooperation through host towns, our Togo project. Which this magazine is called Highlighting Japan. Many readers in the world to know about Japan government, and how is Japanese situations now. This is special about host town in June. So all of them are already finished, but the next schedule for this year, we are planning to make a similar project donated by Miyazaki Academy Rotary, which I am belonging to. So using the district foundation of the Rotary International District 2017 2730, which means Miyazaki and Kagoshima area. The project contents are 3. We are going to make places, building, education place. First, students can study in this village. This village has about 5,500 population, and elementary school students about 500 students. Second, same as before, donation for books, French books. And another third one is the construction of well, not repairing a well, because they have confidence to get water by digging well in this village. So we are planning for coming October. So conclusion, in about 6 years since I moved from Kansai to Miyazaki, I had several international projects started and also continue to do. We have the different outcomes, which is international cooperation and international exchange and international education as well. And our features of the project is involving many organizations and people, such as international students and board member of the university, and also faculty members and local people, of course. So as much as possible. Talking about global project has a big impact on the local, rather than comparing with the urban city, because of rare. And dispatching the information using different kind of languages, not only English, but French, because Togo is a French language, has a public language is French. And also different kind of languages we use. We are going to continue this kind of research in Miyazaki for the research team. Localization in localization, globalization in local. Thank you very much.